The story of the weekend in college basketball, two powerhouse programs deciding to play each other in a non-conference game. Social media went nuts over it because it was such a big deal, quite possibly a matchup of Final Four teams, but happening in February. With that, we turn to our big interview, and the head coach of one of those participants, Dusty May, in charge of the Wolverines, joins us now to talk about it. Even though it was a loss for your Michigan squad, Dusty, you said afterwards, quote, "We'll be better because of this game." Specifically, how so?
Well, that's optimistically speaking, that we'll learn from the lessons that and the challenges that Duke presented. And when you're playing in a conference of 18 teams, you see a lot of different anyway. You know, you see different defenses, different types of personnel, different offenses. With Duke being one of the best teams in the country, and they presented a number of challenges with, you know, possible National Player of the Year and the positional size and length that I can't recall us seeing this year. And we talked about it. We didn't plan on being our best in mid-February or February 21st or whatever the date, but we do need to be our best in late March, early April. And so this is part of our journey to try to get there.
Now that you've done it, what are your overall thoughts on playing a big non-conference game in late February? Like, did you get out of it what you hoped you would?
Yeah, you know, the distractions that come with playing in the second weekend of the NCAA tournament, it felt like that. And so you know, going forward, we'll figure out a way to minimize the other distractions and things that go with it, and do a better job than we did for this game. And not that we did a poor job by any means, but we can always do better. And then just it was so good for our league. It was awesome for our university. And anytime you can get these type of games, the attention it brings to your players, to your program, it's going to pay dividends later. Obviously, we wish we would have performed better and came out on the other side of it, but we escaped healthy, and we did learn a lot about our group. And so that's ultimately the best part of when you do lose. You hope to learn some things and can steal something from that opponent or moment.
Your team has had so much success this year. When things are really going well, what aspect of your team has you most pleased?
Our unselfishness is the thing that we're the most pleased with. We have a group that works really hard. They're connected. But in years past, I think when we all go back through our careers, sometimes when you get a comfortable lead, a 10, 15-point lead, you can see guys maybe hunting numbers, maybe playing with a different type of agenda other than just winning. And for the most part, this team has played every possession to simply win that possession and find a way to help us win the game. And so when you have that mindset, you typically earn the trust and respect of your teammates, and everyone's pulling in the same direction. So other than a few instances this year, that's how we've played and acted on a daily basis.
Let me ask you about some specific guys. What are the biggest ways Adai Mara has improved in his time on campus?
He's made incremental progress in all facets. He's definitely stronger and in better physical condition than he was. He's running the floor better than he did earlier in the season, and he's made a real conscious, intentional effort to do that. And he's just gotten used to playing with our guys. You know, anytime you have a new group that comes together, they have to learn the nuances of their teammates, and we're trying to put our system in place around what they do really, really well. And so Adai is a guy that you could put in his hands every possession and something good's probably going to happen, but then you risk everyone else not being quite as involved. So he's had to give up some of his touches and get some of that action back on the offensive glass and in transition, but he's done a nice job of it. When he's avoided foul trouble, he's been a real weapon for us.
Give me something that has surprised you about Merez Johnson this year.
His day-to-day, he's the exact same. There's never a minute that goes by that he's not working with efficiency and trying to improve and get better. He's as serious and focused as any individual that I've ever been around, and that bodes well for his future playing this game, because he's going to be a much better player in a week. He's going to be a much better player in a month, and then obviously years, because he's going to stack days and make incremental progress.
If you look at LJ Cason's shooting numbers last year versus this year, they're dramatically better. How come?
It's his work. His daily habits have improved as well. He didn't come in with the routines that maybe Merez has as a freshman, and he's just gradually improved in those areas. But he's been unbelievable on the road. When you put him in those hostile environments, he's been able to elevate his play and his concentration and focus. And he adds so much to our team because he's a playmaker. He can break down defense. He's able to shoot it off the dribble and off the catch. And when he's really locked in, he is a difference maker on the defensive end as well. But it's been all about his work and just consistent improvement.
What is the ceiling for Yakel?
It's much higher than he's playing. He's playing at obviously one of the National Player of the Year candidates, and he's playing at that level. But he's got so much more room for growth. He's improved. Even as we met this morning as a staff, we were mentioning a few things that he needs to get better at. And I said, sometimes you just got to take a deep breath and think of where he was when he got here and how far he's came this year. And if he can make another jump, he's going to be scary in the NCAA tournament. But he's capable of it. He's new to the game. He doesn't have 15, 20 years of basketball experience of the vernacular of our game. And so he's still learning all of that. But it's been fun to see him grow.
I'm sorry. On behalf of the entire Big Ten, what? There's tons of room for Yakel Lendeborg to grow? Where?
On the defensive end, his focus and concentration, he's so impactful. He could still be making more plays off the ball, running the lanes. He's got a different gear. When it's winning time, if you watch him in the last 4 or 5 minutes a game, there's a different speed and athleticism that he plays with, and he needs to tap into that a little bit earlier. And then he shot the ball well. Then he went into a little bit of a shooting rut, and he started to shoot the ball well again. And so when he's shooting the three well for us, it improves our spacing, and it forces the other team to add so much more defensive emphasis on him. So that consistency with three, and then be able to score in isolation situations. There's going to be games when we need him to get it on an elbow or in a mid post and simply go to work and create offense. And so he's improving in that area as well.
The story goes that the morning after your season ended last year, you met with Elliot Kado, and he committed 2 days later. What do you remember about that meeting?
I remember how fatigued that I was personally. When the season ends, typically you feel like you got ran over by a truck. Your body goes until something tells it that it's over, that journey you just went on, that marathon you just ran is now complete. And we don't have time to decompress now. And his best friend is Tahad Pettiford, who plays at Auburn. And he was there in Atlanta to support Tahad. And it was tough because we were having breakfast with Elliot, and Tahad had sent us home. He played he's the one that started the run. We had a nice lead. He's the one that started the run and really took over the game to get Auburn that win. But he had a chance to watch our team play. And so I just remember that it just seemed like it fit for both of us. In the transfer portal, the situation, the semantics of it all, they have to fit for both sides or it's probably not going to work. And what he was looking for, I think, is who we naturally are, and who he is what we were looking for. And so it made sense. And I think that's the thing. These guys who've been through the recruiting process before, now we never get questions about our facilities. We never get questions about those things, our weight room or who we're playing. It's typically style of play. Does the opportunity fit for them? And then the life after basketball, the connection to Michigan is still important, and the education they're going to receive. So it's a lot more streamlined now, and especially with the access to people. As soon as we start recruiting a player out of the portal, typically they'll be DMing our current players and former players, asking us how we really are outside of public perception. So it's unique. It happens quickly. And so we lean on others for very valuable information. Their former coaches, Elliot's coaches at North Carolina, they told us they thought he would be a good fit for us. And so we trusted them. And then his old coach, And so we had a good background of information. But as far as that meeting, I just remember it was at a Starbucks down this. I walked there from the hotel, and that was it.
If I can just recap the last few questions. I asked you about Mara and Johnson and Kaysen and Lendeborg and Kado, and that's like half of the impact players that you have on this team. The depth you have, Dusty, it's kind of amazing to watch. What is it like coaching this much depth?
It's a lot of fun just knowing that everyone doesn't have their best stuff every night. And when I don't have my best stuff, I have a guy that's probably going to be able to pick up the slack, and we're still going to find a way to win. But it also, most importantly, it helps these guys improve in practice. Our practices are incredibly competitive. We play a lot. And so you see these guys stealing things from each other. Like I see parts of Elliot's game that he maybe got from LJ and vice versa. And you see Adai and Merez, talking about things that are happening in the game that they can use and help each other. So I think that's been one of the biggest components of our success is how much our guys have improved from playing against each other in the summer and the fall and now into the season.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun for you. Maybe not for your opponents. Not so much fun. Before we let you go, Dusty, next game coming up Tuesday here on the Big Ten Network against Minnesota, your first game since the loss to Duke. What do you most want to see from your men in that game?
To play with a level of maturity that it takes to win a Big Ten regular season championship. We have a lot on the line, and we've got to get back to the process of playing really good basketball, each possession by possession, and then everything in between. But we just want to play well, and the results will take care of themselves. But Minnesota, they're shorthanded because they're banged up. But the guys who are playing at a high level. They're shooting the ball really, really well. They cut and move and space the floor as well as anyone in our league. So they're going to present a number of challenges. We're going to need our fans. We're going to need our home court environment to get us over the hump because it's going to be a tough game.
4 more regular season games than the Big Ten tourney in Chicago. Dusty, mate, congrats on the great season you've had so far. Thanks for giving us some of your time.
No, I enjoyed it. Thank you.
And if you'd like to see Dusty and Yakel and Adai and Merez and all those normal first name people we talk to all the time, you can Tuesday on the Big Ten Network. We got Washington visiting Rutgers in the early game, then the Gophers head to Ann Arbor after that.